So assignments are pretty direct. Teachers create what they expect and then send it to students. They have some control, more granular control of telling certain students to practice certain items. But as we go over to the left-hand side, we get an option that's a little bit more student-directed, but still allows the teacher the flexibility to monitor and track their progress. In the Gradebook tab, I can take a look at all of the practice data for each of the 4 tests that I've assigned to this classroom. So as I'm going across, I can see that my student account has earned no Shmoints in the AccuPlacer. But if I switch over to the ACT, as I scroll down, now I can see that I've, not completed anything there either. I can do the same thing for SAT, and I can also go into that AP. Now, each of these columns is a little bit different as far as what it's tracking. So I'm right now looking at individual students and their practice with one of these tests. The overview shows me how many Shmoints were earned, and Shmoints can be earned by completing drills, reading some of those learning guides, and those Shmoints are kind of a currency that you can earn within Shmoop. The diagnostic tasks, clearly I have not completed all of them, so that keyword there, all, we saw before that this student account completed 2 out of the 4 for the ACT, but has not completed all of the diagnostics. So, a couple quick ideas for assignments here. Of course, teachers can create, an incentive program for earning Shmoints. They can also basically set, a requirement that each student has to complete at least one of the diagnostic tests, ACT or SAT, so that the student has an idea of what subject area they need to cover. The other option for views here goes into much different views. So if I were in a much more intimate setting where I could talk to my students about their projected scores, I can take a look at each student, and based on their exams, I can have discussions as to whether or not they're showing growth. This could be a really awesome SLO for some teachers in content areas that the SAT or ACT are being taught. The other options are to look particularly at student drills. Again, another way to track how much time was spent on each of these. And then, of course, I can look at a skills report. Now, I don't have any data in here, but this skills report would tell me a little bit more about what areas students are strong in and what they might need remediation in. Again, all of these views are dependent on the test product that you have. Again, the SAT and ACT having the most. But if I were to go to AccuPlacer, for example, notice how I don't have as many views because they don't have as much test prep.